Paging all Married to Medicine fans, it's your girl Natalie.
And your girl Shimeika, and we're here sipping tea and talking all things MD and MRSMD on our rewatch podcast, Married to Medicine, The Rundown.
Join us on Monday nights as we break down our favorite past episodes, review the upcoming season, and spill the tea on your favorite group of ladies and their husbands.
Let's get to spilling.
Welcome, you guys, to the very first episode of Married to Medicine, The Rundown. I'm your girl, Natalie.
And I'm your girl, Shimeika.
And you guys, we're so happy because, first and foremost, Shimeika, it is Black History Month. What?
Yes, it is. Yes. Shout out to our podcast, first episode dropping during Black History Month. Let's just get into the Black excellence that this month is.
First of all, power to the people. Shout outs to the doctors on Married to Medicine, because let's be honest, that's something we didn't see like 100 years ago.
No, it wasn't. We've definitely leveled up and leveled out. Okay.
Yes, I'm living for it. Now, before we get into the episode, Shimeika, drop the quote of the day.
So our quote of the day comes from Jackie, which she says, "We have a code of conduct. We do not want to do no harm." And then our other quote comes from Miss Quad, where she says, "Every dog has its day, and it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun." I can't with Quad.
First of all, that first quote, Dr. Jackie, you know I love you, boo, but that did not age well.
Not at all, especially in the first episode. Goddamn.
Right? Like, y'all couldn't even keep the peace for the first episode. Come on.
First 5 minutes.
This is why I say people sleep on Married to Medicine, because they've been bringing it from day one, like after 5 minutes in.
Yeah, honestly, from like the first episode, they literally got it in. And it was just so interesting to actually like watch it back and see how most of these beefs, like, you know, came about.
Yes.
Very interesting. So we will definitely get into that.
Well, before we get into the beef, let's talk about the friendships. We're going to start on a lighter note. And I want to first touch on, I would think, the very first friendship that we got to see, or at least to my recollection, so Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone.
Yes, I love them together. Their friendship, they balance each other out because they are total opposites.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, like Dr. Jackie says, Simone drinks, I don't. Like, you know, she's like, Dr. Jackie goes, "I have great fashion sense. ... The shade already. Like, come on, let's get into it."
And that's the thing I love, is that their banter is so like playful, so like you can really see the, not even the friendship, but the sisterhood.
Yes, most definitely. And you can tell that they really love each other.
Yes, like that years of friendship prior to coming on the show. And that's why as we go further into the series, I get upset later on. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Starting off the series, I love me some Jackie and Simone.
Yes, I love them together. Them two together is a very nice combination.
It is. Like, oh my gosh. But can we talk about the friendships that I actually thought were, I didn't see it coming even in the first episode, but I'm like, I can see how it works. For me, this really is opposites attract, and that's Carrie. I always want to say Carrie. I don't know why. The K throws me off. Carrie and Toya.
Yes, that was a friendship that I'm still getting used to. I'm still getting used to that. I wasn't expecting them to be buddy how they are, even in like the later seasons. It's just not something you'd expect, for me anyways.
No, 100%. And that's why I'm just like, was this fake or whatnot? But they gel a lot better than either one of them with Mariah.
Yeah, they do. They do, which is it's like, you know, it's kind of sad because I guess Mariah and Carrie have known each other through their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So they've known each other for like a good amount of years. So to see their friendship like deteriorate over these first couple episodes in the first season is like, come on now.
It just went downhill and so left so damn fast.
Yeah.
Now let's get into Mariah and Miss Quad. Miss Quad. She got
Got it.
it. She
She
got
got
it.
it. Yes, she do. I
Does
love
she
Mariah and
though?
Quad. I love them in the first season. I love their friendship. I love how they are with each other. And I love that we actually see Mariah sticking up for Quad in this
Yes.
season. So it's not like Mariah has never stuck up for her. Mariah's definitely sticking up for Quad in season one. Gotta give it to her.
She does, like, as much as people, even someone was calling her like what her project or whatever, like she was writing hard for her bestie.
Yeah, she was. She definitely was. And it was nice to see, actually. It was very nice to see.
Now I want to touch on, your MVP couple. I'm gonna let you introduce them.
All right, y'all. So my MVP couple is, drum roll, please. My MVP couple is Toya and Eugene.
Woo!
Yes, honestly, I just love them together. I love how they gossip with each other because we definitely see the friendship within their relationship from the first season. And I love
Yes.
that. I love that we see them, like, get into their little when Toya was like, "Oh, we got to go to Cesar." And Eugene is like, "Czar?"
Czar? No, Cesar.
She's like, Cesar. She was so convinced, but that's just the Aries in her and me. But hey, um, she was so convinced that it was Cesar. It's okay, girl, because I get words mixed up all the time. You can ask my sister. So we're good. But no, I love Toya and Eugene. I love how I love how they are. They gossip with each other. You can see the friendship, and it's nice to see them grow over the years. So that's
Yes.
definitely a plus.
Now we're gonna shift gears for a second and let's talk about the careers that were shown on the show outside of the doctors. Like we already know about Jackie and Simone, OBGYNs, we know about the husbands, but Miss Quad was a career woman, child.
Yes, like get into it. She was not just out here not doing anything, just sitting beside Dr. Greg. No, she was out here
Mm-mm.
getting her coins. Miss Ma'am was what? An account executive for the largest home health agency in the country?
Okay,
What?
Miss Quad, I see you.
What? Yes, and that is something nice to see and hear. Like, another successful Black woman out here doing her thing. And
The damn
I
thing.
right? And I did like that we got to see her for a little bit in her environment at work. So that was nice. I wish we got to see more of that of Quad, but
I know that was so nice and so very short-lived.
very refreshing,
Yeah.
especially for Quad. So it was very refreshing. And then let's get into Toya, who was a former school teacher and a pharmaceutical rep, which is pretty impressive.
She was doing it all.
Yeah, so I love that for Toya. She wasn't just out here, waiting for Eugene. She was doing her thing.
And I think that's the common misconception where everyone thinks she was just this automatic housewife and like I was just waiting to look up on a doctor. Like she was
Hmm.
actually working and doing her thing prior to him.
Yeah, she was, and that's good. I really like that. I
And,
love that,
and now we have Carrie, who's the CFO of her husband's company.
which is good because she likes to brag that she made him the doctor that he is today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, get your bragging rights, girl. Get your
All
bragging rights.
day.
That's nice.
Now, can we say Mariah had a career? Or the show is her
The
career?
show is her career because she is the creator and producer of Married to Medicine. So I'll definitely say the show is her career. And we gotta thank her for that.
We have to. You got to give credit where credit is due. Because this show,
Period.
I think I've watched it one too many times to the point where it's like borderline unhealthy. But she did the damn thing, whether she's on the show or not.
No, for real. And even like watching back, you still laugh at the same jokes and get upset at the same things.
My mom would be in the background and she'd be like, "Didn't you watch this already?" And I'm like, "Your point. It still
Right?
hits the same."
The exact same. Probably even catch a few things that you missed the first time.
Look here, there was a whole episode I forgot existed. And my mom's like, "You don't remember that?" I'm like, "No."
does your mom remember it? Like,
But she's like, I remember watching this. I'm like, so where was I?
right? She watching it
Because,
without you now?
but that's the thing. She can't watch it without me. So how do you remember this whole episode?
Wow. Look at your
Girl, I was shamed.
look at your mom.
Mm-mm.
Gosh.
But now to the petty of the pettiest stuff. Let's get into the beefs, honey.
Ooh, yes, let's get into it. Let's get into Toya and Quad.
Right out the gate. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Okay, so if y'all don't remember watching the show, Toya and Quad's beef is very, we'll just say different. Their beef is very different. Pretty much, I guess Toya is mad that Quad went through with marrying Greg, even though when Toya got the invite to Quad and Dr. Greg's wedding, they declined it. And then I guess like a week or a couple days later, Dr. Greg sends out a text and he's like, the wedding's canceled because I guess Quad, or not, I guess this happened. Quad and Dr. Greg got into some altercation or something like that. And they canceled, or Dr. Greg canceled the wedding because Quad didn't know the wedding was canceled.
Yo, that's
So
embarrassing.
very much so. So I guess Toya was upset at that, and she was like, "Oh, why would you still want to go through with the wedding and stuff like that?" And Quad's like, "Well, we've been married and we're happy, so like get over it." And in this instance, I'm on Quad's side because it's like she married the man. Like, Toya, why does it bother you so much?
Exactly. It's not your husband.
Right? Like, it's not your man. Why do you care?
And I think this is why I said it took me a while to, in a sense, grow to love Toya because I'm like, girl, place and timing is everything. That was not a
Everything.
conversation that needed to happen at Mariah's birthday.
No, not at Mariah's birthday party.
Mm-mm. But this
Definitely not.
kind of shows you, I don't think Toya and Quad were meant to be friends.
No, they weren't. Not at all.
Nope, because from episode one, season one, and y'all are already at each other's throats.
Yeah, like that didn't sit right with me to see them and the first thing they're doing is arguing.
Exactly. And now you jump forward to like, season nine and to see that they're pretty much still in the same spot that they were 9 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. It's just you literally get to see the foundation of their beef in season 1.
Yep.
That's what it was. You got to see the foundation of their beef. So that was sad.
But now as Quad being the nucleus, because now she is into another fight with Carrie, she just kind of seems to be a common denominator, but go ahead.
So let's get into Quad and Carrie's beef, which is the fact that not Quad, Carrie called Dr. Greg a psychiatrist instead of a psychologist. Or is it the other way around? Is it a psychologist instead of a psychiatrist?
I think it's a psychiatrist instead of a psychologist.
Yes. Okay. So they got
I
into a beef
think.
over that where Quad was just like really angry that Quad I guess Quad knew that Carrie did that on purpose to get his
Did
profession
she
wrong.
though?
If we ask Quad, yes, it was on purpose and she was being treacherous. So yes, there's that. And then the fact that Quad called Carrie a medical mistress.
Look here, Quad really said, I'm gonna get my, what's it called? You know what the terms at the tip of your tongue? Like,
Yeah,
she said, I'm been vindicated. So it's
yeah,
like, she really be like, I'm gonna get you back. But I
yeah,
feel like she went a little bit too far when it came to Carrie.
yeah, she did. She went a little bit too far. Even like some of the questions that she was asking Carrie at the docs on the doc party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but like, yeah, no, she definitely took it too far with her beef with the questions she was asking her and like asking her like, your husband was married before, or like is this you guys' first marriage? And then Dr. Carrie's like, It's I think it was Dr. Carey's first marriage, but Duncan's second marriage.
Wait, girl, you mean Dr. Duncan, but Carrie?
You
You
know what?
want Carrie to be a doctor, don't you?
Girl, she might as well be. But Dr. Duncan's first marriage, when he was married at first, that was when Carrie met him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was separated. So then Quad was like, "Oh, so then you're a mistress." And then Dr. Carey's like, "Excuse me?"
Brighton
Like,
a toddle.
yeah, like, girl, why would you do that? It was just how Quad came out the bat with those questions for Carrie that just did not like sit right with me.
And that's the thing. Like, she is the common denominator as to why every single one of Mariah's parties are going left.
Yeah, because first Mariah's birthday party, and now the doc's on the dock.
And she's like, "Oh, well, I didn't spread lies on her like she did me. I just gave her a platform to speak her truth." Who
Girl, did you? What kind of platform is that?
First of all, this is a prime example of not everybody needs to know your business. And
Yep.
poor Carrie had to learn the hard way with Quad.
Yeah, she definitely learned the hard way, but it's like she just didn't want to lie. She was just being honest and being herself.
And that's the sad
Like,
part.
yeah, she was not like I guess she wasn't expecting Quad to throw it back in her face, but the way how Quad's whole demeanor was when she stepped into that party, you can tell that she was on
Yeah.
something. Because she came there to serve. Like she didn't come there to chill. Like she came there to serve and she served.
Like, she came with the whole agenda, and I agree with Toya. Like, it's someone else's party, and you come late and making an entrance. Like, you couldn't just show up on time with your husband like everybody else.
Right? Because she came after Dr. Greg.
Yeah. I mean, people, girl,
Doing the most,
girl,
as
the absolute
always.
most.
As always. But I guess from here we can get into why Mariah and Carrie started beefing, because after this is when Carrie sends that text message to Quad telling her that she's uninvited from Dr. Duncan and Dr. Aiden's birthday party.
Now, is that something that you would have done?
I mean, for me, like if me and you are planning a party together for our husbands, and let's just say it was my friend who was like going off or whatever, I would definitely first check my friend and be like, hey, girl, you want to like, calm down, tone it down a bit, which Mariah did do. Okay, she did that. But I would check my friend first, and then I would go to Carrie and be like, hey, so I know you and whatever having a little bit of beef right now. Is it cool if she still comes to the party? Or like, try to at least approach it in a different way. But what
Yeah.
I didn't like about what Carrie did was that, so Mariah met up with Carrie first, and Carrie did not tell Mariah that she uninvited Quad from the party. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until Mariah met up with Quad where she's like, okay, well, honey, you're gonna have fun at that party, not me, because I've been uninvited. And it's just like, it's just like, what? But can we get into the text that Carrie sent to Quad to uninvite her?
First
And
of
this
all,
is
this is why I keep saying Carrie is like the MVP of Married to Medicine, because she was on for one season, but best
yeah,
believe she made her season count and she was able to hold her own.
the impact is real.
Real.
Yeah. So let me get into this text because I actually wrote it down, y'all. And
And I quote,
we gotta get our facts. So Carrie goes, and this is when she's sitting down with Toya, and she's telling Toya about why she's not inviting her, and the text that she sent her. So she goes, "You have proven what a low class person you are. You have insulted me and my family, and I cannot be around people like you. I wish you and your husband the best. If one day you get your act together and you start acting like a doctor's wife instead of a low class whore, then maybe we can be friends." Or I forget how she ended it because the scene like cut off. But Carrie, Carrie,
she did not hold back.
at all. at all.
And I'm not mad at it. First of all,
I'm not mad.
if in a sense Quad was like more innocent and Carrie was just picking on her just to pick on her, all
Yeah.
right. But like Quad was on 100.
Yeah, she was. And like even if Carrie did like, get your husband's profession wrong, that's your time to just correct her and move on. And that's it.
And that's the thing. I'm like, I'm really trying to play like maybe devil's advocate a little bit, but like, was Carrie really trying to be like malicious, or was she really just genuinely messing up the profession?
I don't know. I don't know, girl.
If y'all see Shimeika's face right now, she'd be like, I have to think about that one.
We're gonna have to think about it because I don't think Carrie liked Quad from the beginning. So it's just one
Mm.
of those. I don't think any of the ladies liked Quad too much in the beginning.
Jackie thought Quad came from a whole other country.
Girl asking if she speaks a whole nother dialect. Jackie.
Ah,
Yo, I get.
look here.
So I don't know.
My have how the tables have turned.
Right. But I did like how because Carrie did tell Duncan that she uninvited Quad from the party. And Duncan was like, no, you got to invite her back. I don't want to have any problems with any of these dudes. I want to, like, have fun, get my connections on, do what I got to do type thing. So she did, I guess, have to end up inviting Quad to the party, but I don't think Quad showed up. I guess we'll get into that more as the season continues because
Yeah.
we will definitely be talking about Aiden and Duncan's birthday party.
Girl, you don't remember what happens at the birthday party?
Of course I remember. That's why we're going to be talking about it. What? How could anybody forget what happens at that birthday party?
Look here. Well, just remember though, Quad did show up, but kind of reluctant to go.
Yes. Okay. No, we're
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna talk about it.
Look
Definitely gonna talk
here.
about it.
Miss Quad was a handful.
Yeah, she was. She is. She
Yeah,
is
actually
a
she is.
handful.
The was, she is.
Yeah. So,
Wait, can we
uh,
just give a little appreciation to Dr. Simone and her confessionals?
yes, I love them. And I love when she does them with Cecil too. I
Look
love them.
here. When Simone did her confessional with Cecil, you see how you said in the trailer you want to be living your best Toya life?
Yeah.
I've established I want to live my best Simone life. I want to be able to be that career woman and come home and my husband is there cooking and taking care of the kids because
Right?
he knows he did not marry no like home type domestic. I'm a cook and clean every day. No.
No. And he knows Simone can't cook.
Right? And he still loves her. Married
Yeah.
20 something years later.
Right?
Lord, I see what you can do for others.
Right?
I'm
Amen.
waiting for my
Hallelujah.
time. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good. Amen.
Amen. Why are we like this?
Yo, oh my gosh. But okay, let's get into the little tip that Dr. Simone has with Quad
Tell it,
because
girl.
it was what all three of them standing. So it was Mariah. No, it was Quad and Simone, and then Mariah comes up and she's like, "Did you call Carrie a medical mistress?" And Simone was like, "You said that? Like you said that to her? Like to her face?" Oh my gosh. And then Simone goes, we're gonna have to like fix your mouth a little bit there, like, because you can't be going around saying things like that.
You can't.
Like at all. Like, I don't know why, like, and then like Simone and Quad had their little back and forth where they were like going back and forth with each other, where Quad's like, you're doing too much. You need to stop. And Simone's like, no, honey, you are doing too much, which Quad it was and
Like, was
is.
she not seeing herself?
Yeah.
Oh
Like that
my
don't make
gosh.
sense.
No, not at all.
Like no. So that was a little bit funny there. But We can also talk about, because I did say that I like how Toya and Eugene like gossip with each other, and this will definitely set the tone for what we will be discussing later. And that
Mm-hmm.
is when Toya and Eugene were sitting down there and they were discussing that that Dr. Aiden adopted Mariah's first child.
Which, first of all, that's very like noble of Aiden.
Amen. He's a good thing.
He did a good thing. I don't think we should have learned about that through Toya and Eugene.
I don't think so either. I think that that was something that they should have left to Mariah and Aiden to say. Like,
Like, I get it wasn't malicious, but look here, them cameramen catch everything.
every goddamn thing. Shout out to the producers of the show.
Honestly.
They be killing it.
But girl, what else happened within the first two episodes that you want to touch on?
I actually think that's it.
Look here, see what
Oh,
else?
you know what? Wait.
Oh,
Let's talk about the fact that Jackie admits to having a problem with trying to make other people Jackie. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get into it because Jackie don't like to see people turn up or like, I guess have fun, be themselves. Like Jackie wants everybody to be like Jackie, and Jackie is a reserved conservative. I'm not saying she votes conservative, but she's a reserved conservative woman where like, she's just chilling and she doesn't like to see other people like Quad
why
turning
did
up.
I see this coming? We were almost there, Jackie. I'm so sorry, boo. We were almost there.
Almost. But like Brandy said, almost doesn't count. So
You know what? Get off my phone. Maybe it's not so much like people like her. She doesn't mind a turn up, but she doesn't like to see Black women acting a fool.
I
Is she
mean,
wrong for that?
she's not wrong for it, but like Simone said, she can't expect that.
That is true.
Especially when you're on a show where you have a lot of headstrong women.
I
Like
want to
they're
know
all
somebody lied to
alphas.
Dr. Jackie what this show was about.
It must have been Simone.
Someone must be like, Jackie, come get a quick check. Girl, she
Yeah.
thought she was going on prices, right? She ended up on a reality show.
Right? No. She did. She did. Yo. Oh my gosh. Oh
I
my gosh. I
can't. Well,
cannot vote.
you know what? Don't worry. I still have a couple episodes to change your mind when it comes to her. I know it.
Girl, you can try. I
I'm
like Jackie. She's just not one of my favorites.
okay. I can take that.
Yeah, she's just not one of my, like, I love Jackie who she is as a person. Like I respect her a lot, like, Dr. Heavenly. But she's just not she's just not my favorite. I like the sexy side of Dr. Jackie, like we learn in the
Right.
later seasons. Like I like that. But other than that, like, I'm cool. I'm
See, I
not
feel
the
like
Jack
that's how I
Jack.
feel when it comes to Mariah. So I guess I can understand.
Yeah.
Now, my girl, before we end off this episode, tell the people your final thoughts. How did you feel about the first two episodes?
The first two episodes were a mess. Okay. That's how I feel about the first two episodes. But I love the fact that from the very beginning, we get to see who these ladies are and what they are about. I love the fact that we got to see all the conflicts from the very beginning, because from the very beginning, we see these conflicts have definitely been passed down from season to season.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very interesting to me. And I can't wait to discuss the rest of this with y'all.
Now you see, I feel like I'm on the same wave as you. This I feel like when it comes to Married to Medicine versus the other reality shows, one, like you said, like they were on it right out the gate. Whether it's cute, it was messy, whether ghetto, whatever, like they really said, we're here and we're here to play and we're here to stay.
Yep.
And I love that there was no, in a sense, two women who were alike. Even like Jackie and Simone, like we said,
Yeah.
they're very similar yet very much opposites.
Yep.
And that's what attracts me to them. And this is the kind of show where they actually do have that connection prior to filming. And it
Mm-hmm.
makes me want to watch it because it's like, oh, these were genuine relationships,
Yes. And
not fake. I'm gonna pair you together.
yeah, no, it's definitely genuine and real because even before, like Jackie said, she knows Mariah through Simone. So like they're all connected in a
Yeah.
way. Like,
Simone delivered Mariah's first baby.
yeah,
Simone was there for Jackie, like, when she had breast cancer. Like, Jackie knows Cecil longer than Curtis, and we're going to get into that later. But,
yeah,
like, that's how
definitely.
far back these relationships go.
Yeah, they go way back. And I really love that. And you get to definitely see and feel the love, even though they do like argue with each other, you know that there's love there. So
Exactly.
that I mean, except for Quad and Toya, who she continuously calls treacherous T. So we will
Treacherous tree,
definitely
tacky
get into
Toya.
that.
Like, leave our girl Toya alone.
Right? Like, come on, let her be. Let her be. And on that note, we want to thank you all for listening. Make sure you tune in to Married to Medicine, the rundown, every Monday on Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Apple, Castbox. That's it.
Amazon, iHeart, we're everywhere
They're
now.
everywhere now, y'all. So keep up to date with us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter via M2M Rundown.
And that is the number two, not TWO, not TOO, not TO, the number two.
M2M Rundown on all streaming platforms and all social media. And on that note, we will be code reading out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.